On the slide.
All right, here we are. It's time for tunnel meeting number 182. It's March 10th, 2026. And today we're being joined by Guillermo, Colleen, Delphi, Haley, and Vani. A small audience, an important audience nonetheless, though. As you can see on the screen, a quick outline of today's agenda. Starting off with a couple of mentions and the invisible work hero of the week. After that, we'll get an update on the governance dashboard. And after that, there's going to be a little update on the program Restructure. If there's any time remaining after that, there could be space for open topics. Feel free to suggest them in chat or later simply raise them. All right, first of all, a quick reminder on what the Ambassador Program even is and what we do. Basically, we're a group of quite like-minded people that are all in tune with the mission and vision of SingularityNET and its wider ecosystem building towards beneficial AGI. And we do this through a range of self-organizing work groups. And if you're interested in helping out, we do have work groups that suit your interests, your talents. So do hop onto our Discord server. You find out how to join section there, and that will get you on the road for joining in. Then a quick mention on tomorrow's BGI working group session on 17 UTC. You may have got an email already about this if you're in the list, but yeah, just figured I would put a quick reminder. And as far as I'm aware, that's the only mention for me to call out right now. And then I'll click through to the unseen work hero of the week. And do we have submissions? We have a submission. Who's in the room even? Awesome. Yeah, so for a bit of context, this is a way of calling out people that do unpaid work that does help on building community, making people smile, yeah, generally contributing. And yeah, this is a way of adding some recognition there. And Vani specifically was selected for this week for creating multiple ideas for governance work group to give different perspectives on how a project in Ambassador program could look like. And as a bit of bonus context on how that made the person that submitted this feel is it felt like we made more progress than usual with our discussions. And yeah, I can only agree with that. So yeah, Vani, thanks. Nice one. Yeah, also a quick reminder, there is a form where you can submit your unseen work hero of the week. It would then be covered next week, of course, not straight away right now.
Vani stating in the comments that there's one above needs new too, and one above hers.
Yeah, I just read. I think that was called out last week, but happy to call out again. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, that's a shout out to Ayomi for making the slides for governance work group, which is a good idea to do. And yeah, also was volunteer work, so that's what the call out is for. Nice. Right in time. Oh, I now see that. Yeah, this is UTC time on the sheet. I was seeing this and I was like, well, this is before the call, but it was during the call. So yeah, you you got yourself a bonus call out Funny for both awesome and bunch. So there's that. All right, cool. Nice. Guillermo, yeah, stepping up, attributing that. Nice. All right. Yeah, I think that covers the mentions and callouts. Which brings us to Guillermo for an update on the governance dashboard. You can screen share if you want. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you would.
Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, last call but I do agree with invisible. Not that invisible, but contribution amazing, always pushing from Vani. So yeah, cool to recognize. Yeah, last week we have planned this, but we have a Haley with the update, so kind of we didn't have to want to mix stuff probably, but I think it was last Monday that update version of the governance dashboard was deployed. Let me log into it. Let me share a screen first. I'm gonna log out because, okay, there you go. So now not only is working, it looks good. So I think it's ready for the next stage, that is go full send with advertising our work. Because it's always good if definitely needs to work, but it was still lacking a lot of aesthetics and design. We didn't have the time. I think the most important aspect and added value of the governance framework is the architecture and the iterations that we have already have using the tool. Now that is going to be put into test again at the end of this quarter to pick the moving to project base again, help us with our governance. I'm going to keep it short. One of the things that we did, sorry to share this, that's market price, but we are not only here for that. But now this is live, so all our treasury it's linked with the actual market price. We can say that today is a positive day, okay? 3.66 up, so good. Good for the markets. Well, I don't remember, guys, if you recall the last time you guys interact with the framework. Definitely looking better. A lot of it is still hard-coded. We are going to keep moving on it. Some of the power links, the quick actions are here. Definitely, we should and need to include a lot of like the invisible. We can use this to again have links to all of our the program's initiative, and then why not ecosystem-wide, as this is an open tool. So looks different. Definitely, we have improved the way we interact with proposals to have a validation of deliverables, to have a follow-up on deliverables, and again, the redesigning whole aspects of the tool. Again, all comments and proposal are endpoints, human context. You have shared links, you have summaries, that this was already a functionality. Okay, so it looks better, definitely, and it has a better UI for reviewing proposals and interacting with them. Then the other thing that we did spend some time not only in designing, but also in profiles. It's more complete. You have more capabilities, more input for it. And then we are working on the message and notifications aspects to link then later with our Discord. So when somebody poke you here, send you a message, you receive a notification in the Discord user that you used to log in. And then if we extend to Gmail or other platforms like GitHub, that probably is where we're gonna end up. And then analytics. This is the crucial aspect of the tooling. Everything becomes a data set. Everything becomes a data output for us to analyze what we do, how we make decisions. So working on what we're going to be measuring on the next iterations, how we measure it, how we, to be able to understand how we use that information. Yeah, you can see the whole thing have changed really much. We have user IDs, and again, all designed in regards of being able to turn this into all interactions with a user ID on chain. So previous iteration, we didn't have that capability. Now we do see an ID for proposal that it will play as a hash, okay, for a smart contract in each governance or decision-making interaction from all users. Previous iteration, we still didn't have that. We have everything was in the back end, but we didn't have it on chain. So now all governance interaction are gonna, we have included that. And waiting for the possibility to, next step will be input our ASI wallet, as if we create we can use that login also. Why not create a token in our chain, ASI chain, to later use as a reputation token, as a governance token, or whatever. We do that. Again, this is just a manager. That's pretty good to be an experiment. 65 users have engaged with the tool without even showcasing or advertising. This has been a really inner cycle experiment. And then, yeah, Sarah looks good. Sarah looks good. The whole thing is, has a beam. We can turn the light on and off. And for you guys that haven't interacted with Sarah, I encourage you guys to do it, because we try it. We have designed come up and forward in our consent process. The tooling have changed our timeline, the way we interact, the way we make decisions, in a lot of ways, in terms of the procedure. But one of the main aspects of it is how we, using the vision and mission of SingularityNET, we conclude in our decision making with an AI assistant. Okay, not only is a proof case of the integration of the ASI stack functionality, things work pretty well, but also in regards of the next task or challenges we have is to keep building the AI assist background knowledge base prompt, if you want to say it. So a lot of the things that we should change or discuss once we finish this adaptation we're going through with the governance is it should come from the outputs of the exchange with the AI assist. So for that, I think it's valid to interact, probably showcase a little bit of how this works out for you guys to try it and have your own experience. For that, we can have a short and fast interaction with a query in regards of objections. Okay, that didn't work. It was working earlier, but let's try another one. Let's go for this. Oh, okay, it did work earlier. Okay, so
First of the demo.
Yeah, yeah, so that's not cool because it was working when I clicked on the proposal area, so not a good thing. Probably is the number of the market price. No, probably the market. But so I wasn't able to copy the hash. So for better use of energy and to have a better response on the AI, we work and use proposal IDs. That will have a more efficient use of the tool. So you wanna, I'm gonna try again. So I can ask for the AI assist to give me a rationale of points of collaboration between proposal A and proposal B. For that, use the AI, the proposal ID, okay? There you go. Probably that was Amazon server problem, not us, okay? We're still sitting on their, yeah. So I'm gonna do this, and sorry to take a little bit of note because the whole thing is not the dashboard. It's how the AI, we interact with an AI to govern and make our own decisions. That's the whole point of the experiment. Not the way we present proposals, not the way we consent or not. It is that too, but the framework is built to follow up the vision and mission of SingularityNET of using AIs to help us decide well in regards of our resources, our community, our, let's always visualize this as a tool that we can take out of our ecosystem. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, and for this I need to do this. Probably this is the one thing that we need to work on the thing. Find potential collaborations within the following proposals. So it not only looks good, it works. And the whole thing about the vision and mission we are following and pushing here is, let's use the tool for the things that are going to change where we live, how we interact. Then monetizing, then benefit, then multiplication of resources will come if we learn how to use the tool, not only to get more followers. That would come by itself. So collaboration is a main aspect of a community. So I think that is a kind of a showcase the use of a tool and the way and why we design it for. Okay, so do your own exercise, play with it. You're gonna find a lot of information here, how to use it well and properly. And probably to share and close this, some of you have seen it. And probably it's good to have everyone on the same page. Why not put it out now? So now it looks good. And now probably is the best timing because we were waiting for some waves and storms to get away from the horizon, not only the war, because sometimes you have a message, you have a great product, but timing is not the right, you go out and it's too much noise, too much BS here and there. So I don't know if you guys are gonna listen to the music that we put into this. And yeah, and if it does, well, the idea is to have some music on it. And now it's English, but definitely the concept works multilingual. And then we will show in a video exactly what I just showed to you, how we use it, how we, the stack, okay? So here we go, world, this is us building. I haven't seen this one for a long.
Oh, it's nice.
I like the music.
The music was not coming through to Zoom, to be honest.
What was that? Sorry?
The music was not coming through to Zoom.
Oh, yeah, probably because of the settings. But yeah, should have probably sing something. But
It's fine. At me, at least. When I'm
yeah,
usually
want to share it
have everything muted
to
anyway.
yeah, want to share it to make it a complete kind of update on where we are with it and where we should, yeah, and keep everybody on the same page of where we are.
Yeah, nice. Any questions or comments in the room? Because you can.
Yeah, Guillermo, there looks like there's some really good additions that you've done to it, especially as it relates to the proposals that you were showing. It's too bad that the demo that you were trying to do didn't work. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing that, but yeah, it looks good. You've done some good changes to it.
Yeah, well, it ended up working. I think, we're still relying on Amazon servers. But at the end, I was able to open the proposals. I don't know, there have been some, I don't know, servers issues, but okay, the thing ended up working. So it was good to also, I think that's the next discussion, keep reiterating within the ethical aspects of the AI assist prompt.
Right.
Not only the knowledge base, also have everybody, for me, it was the best outcome of the whole process last year. The architecture was kind of simple, and the most valuable aspect was the ethical discussion we have with, about
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah,
Probably
that's the part. Yeah.
the key aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. We should be. I don't think it's available yet, but at some point it should be possible to run stuff like Versal apps or Lovable, etc. somewhere within the ASI stack. I haven't done anything on it, but should be a need for that. It feels like there's a need for that at least. Like,
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That should definitely be incorporated in the ASI cloud at least, right?
yeah, or NuNet, or I mean, there's multiple spots where I can see it fit. Since everybody's vibe coding anyways, or there's a big explosion in at least, well, the demand for it, I would say. Then again, no clue. No. I'm not in the market of compute, and no clue if that's any useful thing to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
focused.
I do think also after digging into the NuNet thing, I really like now I probably understand better why Ben is so supportive of the project, and it's definitely decentralized compute is the so. And also the other thing about redundancy, why not definitely a site cloud for use it as our server for this? And why no, NuNet? And what are the benefits and those? And also having Leandro in the hero program from NuNet, that's really valuable for us, so we know how to, if we, but at the same time, it's a decision from the community. We can do the technical aspects. And then, then when we open source it, it can work as a template for anyone to jump in and use the thing. Why not multi-chain, and why not multi-model agnostic, as we say,
Oh, cool. All right, looking at the clock, I do want to touch on a bit of an update on the restructure, and I think the slide, let me quickly check. I had some slides for it, but I don't think there's any useful information on there, pretty much outside of calling out the topic. Yeah, well, let's just have a room rather than slides. Yeah, so quick update would be basically yesterday during the workgroup syncing call and today during governance, we kind of tried to advance, well, first of all, collecting project suggestions. And we had 6. And then during today's governance session, at some point, and please do correct me if I'm wrong or speaking too much from a personal subjective point of view. I don't know. It felt to me like there wasn't one really jumping out of the suggested projects to be like, yes, this is it. This is what we spend pretty much all of our budget on for the coming quarter. But then in the same session, I think we collected about 8 additional ideas, which were not quite fully fledged, but like potential avenues to be like, well, we can also do this. So that's one thing. Let me quickly share the link to the might as well screen share while we're at it. Yeah, so the first 6 ideas that were submitted were community audit of reputation system, governance data migration, biocentric NLP, fine-tuning of the SNet AP governance AI, community-led tooling audit, grounding the governance dashboard AI assistant, and a Q2 social media amplification and campaign. And well, these were all, as you can, let me share the link to this in the chat. As you can see on that document itself, they're all a little bit more than, where is it? Yeah, okay, that should be in the chat now. Yeah, you can see here, they're all split out a little bit on budget lines, but very high level still. But these additional ones we came up with are nothing more than just the idea, not split out at all, no number connected to it. So it's very, well, early stage, let's say. Yeah, at the same time, was a bit of a connected to this was like the concept of, okay, let's say we do, I don't know, we push all our budget into a community audit of a reputation system. That kind of leaves exactly 0 budget, more or less, for all the work groups we have. And I don't know, it was kind of like, it's not rocket science, but it kind of made me realize how much we potentially would be throwing out of the window with this approach. And that's not to say or to pick any sides in the decisions on this, but I don't know, the whole concept of shifting towards project-based funding rather than work groups is that the current work groups budgets are so low, they can't really do much. At the same time, removing the little budget that they do have kind of, yeah, how do you say, puts the nail in the coffin almost, it feels like with a couple of $100, sure, you can't do like world-changing projects. That much is more or less clear. Yeah, at the same time, removing that little bit for some work groups might simply they stop, right? Like, and yeah, in the context of closer collaboration with deep funding and BGI and hackathons, if there's an OfferNet setup, like if we would just run one of these projects every quarter, let's say, how well prepared do we remain then to participate even in this OfferNet? Like, yeah, personal level, I'm really getting some doubts on whether we would not simply lose all the culture we've built over the years. Um, so yeah, in a way, wasn't really progress, as in creating a ton of doubts for me personally. Just yeah. At the same time, there was also yeah, it's again these deadlines and funding we currently have based on quarters. It is relatively arbitrary, and I would much rather spend the proper amount of time puzzling out how to go about this the right way than having this self-enforced, oh, it's 10th of March now. In 3 weeks, the quarter is over. We must have resolved everything for the upcoming quarter by the start of the quarter. That's not to say, like I'm not forcing to push any deadlines there, but I just, yeah, I don't know. It feels like we're at some kind of crossroads where we should not be over rushing stuff. And at the same time, I'm well aware of well, at least that's an impression I have, that quite some people feel like it's taking so long already right now, and here I'm trying to advocate for not rushing. So yeah, there's a bit of that on a personal level at least. Trying to shift this back to something objective. So on a concrete level, we did show that I'm not sure how long we took to collect these initial ideas, but during that one session, we came up with a whole bunch extra. So that kind of made me feel like, okay, then probably there should be even more out there somewhere, like other work groups that would create a proposal if they were aware that the alternative potentially could be that they don't have any funding for Q2. Would that then push them to put a proposal in? Like, for example, the number 6, it's relatively close to at least portions of what the marketing guild is doing. Yeah, I would kind of summarize this as a marketing campaign proposal. So yeah, right now it's at least in my mind a bit of a puzzle how to progress here. On Discord we had some talks of potentially adding a session tomorrow, Wednesday, just to yeah keep fleshing it out further in a way that's still on the table. At the same time, that does feel, seeing it's Tuesday evening, maybe not the best timing wise, as in to it's not decided yet, and like it feels too short term almost to do that. At the same time, we do have 2 governance meetings a week. I would be happy to add another one tomorrow. That's in itself not an issue. But yeah, looking for some inputs there. But also on the higher level, I guess, like there's definitely a need for more ideas. If you have them, please put them there. And yeah, just in general, would be good to know a bit from the room. Like, first of all, am I skipping on important things and making this way too subjective? Yeah, funny. Fully, I'm only now seeing your chat message. We did reach out to all the work groups, and I mentioned this process, so it's we have informed them. That's absolutely true. I just couldn't help but notice this. These are more ideas than we managed to capture before. So then to conclude, okay, this is all ideas that's out there, also doesn't feel really accurate. Yeah, Guillermo, please.
Yeah, I do agree, Pete, totally. And also to share, because we did share some regional initiatives, okay, uh, um, within the ecosystem. And also, if we do that in terms of with the regional expansion of what is LATAM, I also believe it won't be fair to take the program budget towards one initiative that is localized, you know. But definitely we can use that for all of the program. But the way we put it and we present it, it's strictly localized. That's the way I can quantify and say we can do this for this and this and that. It will be totally different for the thing. So definitely there's a bunch of and tons of different ideas that we can propose, and how we do something that then doesn't overlap with something that Singularity Foundation directly put in this offer frame, as you are referring. Kind of the same discussion I have with Rafa from the event circle last week is like, so what is the function of the circle event? We have a middleman between what is an intermediary, what is the function is going to have with the community hubs, for example, because we can propose from SingularityNET, from the ambassadors, we can, I think it's kind of interesting, the discussion that you open, because definitely if we still don't have that clear outcome or guideline from foundation, it's hard for us to understand. Yeah, definitely AI stack related, definitely education. We are already doing that in different languages, different ways. Okay, but so because that way we can understand that our program budget, we should use it not to do that, because the funding is going to be doing it, or foundation is going to ask it. So kind of still messy in that sense, or probably I agree with you that no need to rush, but still have the discussion, the open discussion about it. Because also we're going to have to figure out how we collaborate within the work groups to deliver one or two projects, how we do that balance, so as you said, all the work that we have been building, community, different profiles to fit in different needs, all that strength doesn't disappear. We can kind of push it in the right direction. And also before we close and jump off, because I do have to, R&D, we push R&D, and I send a message to Thibault, because we are going to use it to define the template for this and that. But if we don't have that decision made, kind of, so we can then work and have a better use of our time. And also because tomorrow we're going with LATAM to this big IRL event on Regulation Day, and it's all about our governance framework. It's totally related, and also to reach out, outreach developers, and then it's the AI Day on the 18th, that is next week. And I kind of set up somebody to take care of the kid while we go to this event tomorrow. So yeah, only also to share that with you, probably if you're gonna mention that tomorrow we have the R&D Guild meeting, we're gonna do it probably Thursday after governance, or Friday if we have to. We can change it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, groups like the Latin Guild and the African guilds, they're quite interesting. In a way, yeah, it's like you say, deep funding does have community hubs. Should we have a separate one? I mean, ours come with our culture, I guess. And I do imagine deep funding would. I'm not aware if there are guidelines on community hubs, if there's much top-down structure or requirements.
No, I can feed on that because I think it's the one standing. No more circles, no more this and that. So And my concern is that we should address KPIs together, because the one thing that make LATAM work is that it's the backbone of it is the ambassadors, not the community hub. Community hub is just a way to complement resources, because it's a stuck fixed budget in dollars. So we were using this to complement this, and we manage it. So we don't see it as a separate thing. It's not a community hub that is defined.
No,
You know what I mean?
You're not stepping on any brakes, and also just doing ASI LATAM community. So no,
Yeah,
no.
but I mean, and that's why, because we always saw it as one thing. There's not one thing here promoting one thing that is deep funding, and then the other. We always talk about SingularityNET. We always talk about what is out there to use. That's where you have something to sell or promote or advertise. If it's a call to action for developers, if it's a call, we always were able to feed from the ambassadors to take it here, to put it there. It's one thing.
Yeah, fair.
It's one thing, and probably a way for the foundation to funnel resources in a different way. But at the same time, at the end, it's a community delivering with one strategy. And the one thing that worked, why did it work? Because it's an integrated strategy. It's not multi-headed, dinosaur or monster of 5 heads. It's like one thing, one body, but just pushing. No, only to share that, to have more, also more understanding of how I still don't know how we are gonna complement in the future. I think we're gonna just keep doing what we're doing, feeding I don't know how to put it out. Just sharing the kind of also the outcome of meetings and what have worked for us, because definitely regional, as the way Africa, Gil has proved, it's good.
Well, on a zoomed out level, I have 0 question marks to your commitment, and you're always being. It's just that even more contributes to why I think it would be a shame if you somehow end up not getting funded. And if we push all our quarterly budget into one specific project, which might not be related to LATAM specifically, I don't know, that then automatically means all that work becomes unfunded. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry to go long. Colleen, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to state that I did start doing the analysis, and I have a mural board, but I have limited access on it due to personal funding available. But I have started to analyze it. I know, Haley, I told you that I would do that. I've set up what the dependencies are at mostly just high levels at this point. But were you able to even get a look at it yet, Haley?
I hadn't seen it. Was this related to the MMO conversation last week?
Actually, it's called Collab Layer 3 Entities.
Okay, no problem. I'll take a peek.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you're in there too, Guillermo.
Yeah, I saw it. I like it.
Okay. So
we'll
we
figure out
can try to
tomorrow.
start figuring out how all of them, will work together and where we can, combine. And so
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping.
I
At
don't know
least.
if Peter or Vani or somebody else have seen it, but definitely have to do with the discussion we're having. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I opened it just now, but yeah, we'll have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone else in the room having?
And I do.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Go ahead. I do have that same list from governance. I think it was governance processes that you given me. So I just haven't included that yet in the mural board, but I will be doing that.
Yeah, cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm a bit stuck in a way. It feels we're getting there and getting more clarity, but it also feels way more messy than I was hoping it to be. Um, I don't know. It feels we always have these what's the word? Fail safes built in. Like if we somehow go on to go into a direction, we usually have a 1 quarter testing approach kind of thing. But I have to say, in context of basically putting all work groups budget to zero, and already at current budgets, we see basically engagement dropping, yeah, all over the board. Yeah, I don't know, just straight up kind of scared that doing that for 1 quarter would kind of push people completely away rather than putting them on standby for maybe proposing next quarter, let's say. So yeah, um, well aware that's not the most optimistic outlook. Well, I generally am quite optimistic. Um, yeah. Yeah, well, funny on your question in chat on meeting tomorrow for governance. We did not really decide that yet. Also noting it does feel relatively late for people to plan around it. Um,
So Thursday?
well, there's governance on Thursday for sure at 14 UTC. Check, noted, Guillermo. Alternatively, we could push that one also to do 90 minutes, same we had today. Um, there's always Friday, I guess. Yeah, mostly thinking out loud. What do you feel, Vani?
No, I'm not sure. It's just because I had to hop off at the end of the before the end of the meeting, so I wasn't sure if we'd decided. But we definitely need more time than just Thursday, definitely. But I suppose my concern is that if we sort of go, oh well, it doesn't matter about the end of the quarter, we will still be talking about it in July. I know that. So I'm just like a little bit. In the end of the quarter gives us some focus. But I mean, I do agree with you that we don't have to strap ourselves to the calendar in that way. But I just think I'm not usually a move fast and break things kind of person, but I feel like everything we do in this program is experimental. So I feel like maybe we need to do something as an experiment and document it and make sure that we get some learnings from it, whether it's moving to project based or whether it's something, one of the other ideas that came up today. But we need to do something.
Yeah, I can only agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah, and again, it's that timeline and end of quarter being arbitrary deadlines. That's not like a decision from governance meeting as a group. That's purely personal. Yeah, I don't want to force that in that sense.
I mean, one thing I would say is that it feels to me like we have had a little bit of urgency around it and we have pushed, and that has actually made ideas come out. I think we did sort of ping people and go, look, we are deciding this now. And that kind of made people come to the meeting and made people make suggestions and made people feel like it was worth saying something in the meeting. So I don't know, maybe that's been a little bit artificial, but I think it's been a good thing. And yeah, it does feel like a little bit unstable. It feels like there's a lot of ideas floating around, but I think that's a good thing rather than having like 4 ideas and just going, oh, none of them appeal really. It's better that we've got loads. And it just feels like let's try and keep the momentum going and try and I know we have 2 meetings a week already, but it just feels like if we can cram a couple more in while that momentum is fresh, it might help. I don't know.
I do agree. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm happy to do a session tomorrow.
Well, no, because if Guillermo, if you can't make it, that's like a big voice that needs to be there and isn't, and you should. So maybe Friday. I don't know. Maybe we see how we go on Thursday.
No. I mean, because I can follow up later.
No,
Async. If you guys
you've got to be there.
ready.
You've got to be
No,
there.
I
You
don't.
have no
I don't.
excuse.
No. It's not an excuse. I'm saying
I'm
I can
kidding.
follow. And you know what? I agree with what Peter is saying and what you are saying. As I mentioned earlier, and we can throw 20 more ideas, and we pick one, let's say, or two. I'm really more, I think, because it's not that I'm concerned, I think we should experiment in this process thinking, how we will execute, how many of us is out there, and how we make it room for everyone.
What we
To
need
be
is a
able,
project that's got loads of roles, don't we? But we haven't got one.
yeah, no,
So-
or let's identify the need. So we need, step by step. I always use the dashboard as an example. You have coding, you have process thinking from governance, you have communication material, you have documentation, you can write a freaking extensive blog and document and tell the story. You can translate. It's all on it, all in one. You can use that as an example of how we could. It's not the amount of role, it's the needs. Then who's up? I want to participate. Okay, fill the form, kind of thing. And what are your skills? And that way we rely on the work group structure. Writers can do the writing, video can do the video, marketing can do the strategy thing to push it out. Archive can create a whole freaking think about how we use an async follow-up of our meetings to project manage the whole shit out, include process quality in the process of archive, or it's kind of I think we need to spend some time thinking on how we do that. Then we can apply it to a different kind of projects. Again, thinking out loud. And if it's people is available, I can't do tomorrow. If not, I'll be there. But later also we'll follow up on Thursday.
I mean, maybe people need a bit of time to let the dust settle, so maybe we should meet on Thursday, see how we go, and try and think about meeting on Friday if we're still not there yet and the energy is still there. But maybe it's too knackering to just do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, I think I would prefer doing Thursday and then, if needed, Friday. Alternatively, I mean, we do go over every now and then on the slot, which I don't know. I could also see just making the slot bigger again. Mm, mm.
Yeah, sorry, following up on my typos. And that's exactly, Vani, what you're saying there is exactly kind of discussion, how we will operate to that. Work group, who's there, kind of, that's following up or what I was saying. I totally agree. So, yeah, not only which project, but how we will execute. Because then when we decide, so we don't get in a messy situation, and we consider everyone, and probably we can use commitment and the reputation of already deliverables and who have and kind of prioritize on who has and who hasn't, and because then what is good or bad for who or what kind of the quality question with you. Probably we should, who had ever tried hard, should have a chance, kind of thing. Kind of to limit what you were saying about the work groups, that are closed, limited, or the monopoly, as you prefer. But hey, I do have to get on traffic, sadly. This is Buenos Aires reality. So catch you guys later, okay?
Yeah, cool. See you Thursday then.
See you Thursday. Ciao.
And yeah, let's wrap it up. We lost half the audience. We are over the slot already as well, so it makes perfect sense to wrap. I reckon. Final check for any comments to add right now. All right, then let me thank you for your time and insights and questions and sharing. And yeah, hope to see you on one of the upcoming community calls this week. And if not, we'll talk on Discord. Thanks, and do have a nice remainder of your Tuesday.
Cheers. Take care, everyone.
Cheers.